Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are going to review the Willett family estate.
It's a long name.
It's a pretty bottle. I'm not even going to try to say it.
It's the Willett blend of straight whiskeys. Basically, this is their new release. It's a blend of 10-year-old, I guess we would say, whatever the new MGP name is. I try saying it different every single time I screw it up, so I'm still calling it MGP. And 6-year Willett bourbon that they blended together. So Dave and I were actually, well, Dave wasn't, but I was. I was lucky enough to grab one from the distillery because I tried calling this guy and he was not answering whenever we were both down there at Heaven Hill not too long ago.
Incognito.
Yeah. And
actually, I had to get back to work.
Ish.
Yes.
So I was lucky enough to be able to grab one. And come to find out, they're just now kind of hitting our area and stuff. And also, from what I was reading online, they're only going to be released, to my knowledge, in Kentucky and Indiana. So, even though it's a lot, I've found it in both Indiana and Kentucky, it seems pretty available. It does seem like it is going to be a limited release, which I didn't think that. So.
Now, is this a black top, or was that?
Yeah, I think most people are either calling it the Willett blend or the Willett black top because there's black foil around it because they gotta
purple, green.
Yeah, they gotta have the colors of the rainbow going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think we've kind of talked about this before with Willett. Like we like Willett. We like Willett purple tops. At least I do.
He likes Willett purple tops for sure.
But I don't chase after them. Like I always joke around like there's a purple top group and like they can chase barrels and they can tell you barrel numbers and all this crazy stuff. I am nowhere near that. Like I just know when it's good, it's good. So
and when it's not,
Also, before we get ready to do this review, go ahead and do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, maybe comment below if you're a Willett fan or not.
I'm sure there's a lot of Willett fans.
There's a lot.
They're like the Booker fans, passionate about their.
That's true. Even though Willett's a lot better. No offense, Booker fans. So,
right off the bat, this is what I smell. Flowers, like it's very floral to me.
There is some floral notes. Like you can tell the rye is there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sweetness to it as well. There's a really good mix of like floral, brown sugar, and I almost want to say like a strawberry. No, not strawberry. I take it back.
Strawberry. Snosberry.
Snosberry.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Floral, brown sugar, snosberry. With a little vanilla. Man, that rye to me really stands out on it.
It does.
But it's not overpowering. That bourbon, that sweetness from that bourbon though, that complements it really, really well. This is actually, I think, pretty good. So the palate, you get some nice spice with that. There's a little bit of like a grass, like hay kind of note with that, which I know people are like, that has to be terrible. It's not, I promise. There's a nice little caramel note.
Just go outside, pull some grass up,
yeah,
stick it in your bourbon, and you've got
just mix it.
You got it.
You're good to go. Man, that sweetness, that
it is sweeter than I anticipated it to be.
Yeah,
I've not really had a good Willett experience.
He's really only ever drank my. So I have.
No, I've had a couple of different Willets, and I've not ever really had anything that I've totally enjoyed.
Fair.
I mean, that one wherever it is back here on your shelf. That one.
It got moved.
Oh, okay. Did you move it to the sink? The sink door?
No. So I do have one really bad. It's a skunk bottle. Like there's way. There's no way around it.
You remember the video where he poured me an entire Glencairn of it? Yeah. That one. That's the skunk bottle. Skunk is, I think, being too nice to it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. The rye definitely stands out in it, but there is a sweetness to it that kind of offsets it for me.
Yeah, like there's a nice breakfast like syrup kind of note on there on the palate towards the back end of the palate. And then on the finish, there's a real nice cinnamon cookie. So I really like this. I know, like, I've heard some mixed.
Minty a little bit too.
There is some, yeah.
That's probably the MGP.
I would agree.
Mint.
I would agree with that. You know, I've heard some people kind of complain about this. I've heard some people really love it, really hate it, really kind of like feel neutral about it. I feel like for what this is, like this isn't. It is rare, but it doesn't seem to be super like rare in our area right now.
Yeah.
But it has. I think for what it is, I think it's really, really good, and it's $120. You know, which I would have thought something like this from Willett would be closer, like 150, 200.
Yeah.
So, you know, in some places it might be. I'm just saying for what we got it for down at the distillery. It's 104 proof. The proof on it's really nice. I think it actually drinks a little bit warmer than that on the proof, but, you know.
All in all, I would say for me, generally, if it has Willett in the name, I would be a try before I buy. That's just me, because it's not necessarily the cheapest of whiskeys out there, and because of that, and I've not met a ton of them that I like, it would be a try before I bought it. But if you're a Willett fan, you're gonna want to buy this anyway.
Yeah, so for me, I think it's a buy. I just think I would say this to everybody: if you're going in expecting a crazy Willett experience, like what you get with like some of the bourbons or some of the ryes, just like that, I wouldn't go in with those kind of expectations. I think if you go in with the expectation that this is a blend and that it's a blend of good stuff, like I think it's good for what it is.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't think it's like whiskey of the year kind of stuff, but I think it is pretty solid through and through. So I think it's a buy for me. I enjoy it.
I have high hopes for 2022 that if this is in the bottle of the year race, then 2022 let us down.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But again,
yeah.
I think it's really, really good.
Yeah.
So I give it a shot.
All right. Well, till the next time, we'll see you.
See you.